name is Bram, and today I will do a little breakdown video of a sound redesign I did for the Adaptive Custodies mod of the Space Marine 2 game. I worked in a sub-project in Reaper because it's easier for me to go into the design, then do the integration, and later on if I do the mixing, so I can go easily back and forth between the two. The first thing I wanted to talk about are the footsteps, because I really wanted this character to feel heavy. So for the metal part, I knew I wanted a high end, a body, and a low end to really sell this impactful steps of the character. So what I did is I looked for the metal resonance part, which is this, which are normal metal footsteps. Then I EQ'd out the subs because I knew the base layer would take that place, and I wanted to make space for that layer as well. So with that little base, but we want those out. This is the actual body of the footstep, which is jumping on the metal plate. In here I also got out the subs with an EQ, but also a fast attack compressor to get this really snappy attack without it. So it really enforces the heaviness of the character as well. And then a simple bass, which uses the same principles, but filters out the high end. And then we get this. I did the entire same workflow for the footsteps on the stone parts. We solo out these footsteps. It sounds like this. So this really helps to convey the heaviness of the character, and also when he jumps, this resonance that the footsteps have space to breathe if he stops moving for a moment. The next part I wanted to talk about is the vocals. Those are vocals I did myself. Why? Because I'm just a fan of the franchise, and if I could be a Custodes for one day, well, this was the chance I had to do that. So I recorded the sounds like this. To get that extra grittiness, I used a vocal technique called false chord distortion, which is mostly a technique used in battle vocals to give this natural distortion to your voice. I then EQ'd it in the middle to have it sound like it's from the helmet itself. And then some compression, some distortion to have the extra grittiness. And you can really hear that this part in the end. When he slams his weapon, it has a lot of false chord distortion. It has a tail that really enhances the grittiness, that really fits with this franchise as well. And then lastly, I like the final part of this video as well, which I made a downer for in Faceplant. Because there's this moment where the camera zooms in before there's the pistol finisher. The gunshot I designed mostly with samples from the Desert Eagle, because it's known to be quite a heavy pistol that works in this case. A lot of transient shapers to really get that high attack. Why? Because if you look into the video, there's a lot happening, there's a lot going on, and in the end part of this clip, there's the zoom in, there's a small pause, and then he shoots his gun. So I really wanted the gunshot to feel sharp and have more of an impact, which is why I also added a click sound, like a safety trigger that comes off, to really build that anticipation. But also, the moment it zooms in, all the rest actually fades out. So the ambience cuts out. There's also no more Foley going on, so you have this empty space, this silence, to really build the anticipation, which also makes sure the gunshot hits even more. And then the final part with the voice lines that I did with the long tail, there's a sharp cut, some silence, and then the gunshot really gets through in the mix.